chart of whales, and we've been reading for a couple of days and adding to our KWL chart. And today you're going to be asked to do the same thing. So there'll be parts where I stop in the reading and ask you to stop and think and invite you to write down any questions that you have about whales, any new questions that you have, or any new things that you have learned on your KWL. All right, so let's get started. There are about 90 kinds of whales in the world. Scientists divide them into two main groups, toothed whales and baleen whales. Toothed whales have teeth and feed mostly on fish and squid. They have only one blowhole and are closely related to dolphins and porpoises. The sperm whale is the only giant among the toothed whales. It is the animal that comes to mind when most people think of a whale. So stop here and think, what have you learned? What do you need to add to your KWL? And go ahead and do that. A sperm whale has a huge, squarish head, small eyes, and thin lower jaw. All the fist-sized teeth, about 50 of them, are in the lower jaw. The male grows to 60 feet long and weighs as much as 50 tons. And the female is smaller, reaching only 40 feet and weighing less than 20 tons. A sperm whale's main food is squid, which it catches and swallows whole. A sperm whale is not a very fast swimmer, but is a champion diver. It dives to depths of a mile in search of giant squid, and can stay underwater for more than an hour. There are smaller and less familiar kinds of toothed whales. The narwhal is a leopard-spotted whale about 15 feet long. It is sometimes called the unicorn whale because the male narwhal has a single tusk. The tusk is actually a 10-foot-long front left tooth that grows through the upper lip and sticks straight out. No one knows for sure how the narwhal uses its tusk. Narwhals live along the edge of the sea ice in the Arctic. Perhaps the best known of the toothed whale is the killer whale, or orca. That's because there are killer whales that perform in marine parks around the country. A killer whale is actually the largest member of the dolphin family. A male can grow to over 30 feet and weigh 9 tons. Orcas are found in all of the world's oceans, from the poles to the tropics. They hunt for food in herds called pods. Orcas eat fish, squid, and penguins, as well as seals, sea lions, and other sea mammals, including even the largest whales. Yet they are usually gentle in captivity, and there is no record that an orca has ever caused a human death. So go ahead and stop right here and jot a question that you might have or any new learnings that you have got from this section. Then we're going to switch over and talk about baleen whales. Baleen whales differ from toothed whales. They have a two-part nostril or blowhole, and instead of teeth, they have food-gathering baleen plates. Each whale has several hundred baleen plates which hang down from the whale's upper jaw. The plates can be 2 to 7 feet long and hang about 1/4 of an inch apart. The inside edge of each plate is frayed and acts like a filter. Baleen whales are the biggest whales of all, yet they feed on small fish and other very small sea animals, such as the shrimp-like animals called krill. Krill, which are only as big as your little finger, occur in huge amounts in the Antarctic Ocean. In northern waters, baleen whales eat different kinds of small shrimp-like animals. Some baleen whales, such as the right whale, skim open-mouthed through the water. The frayed inner edges of the baleen trap the food animals while the water pours out through the gaps. In this way, a right whale can filter thousands of gallons of seawater and swallow 2 tons of food each day. The right whale was once very common in the North Atlantic Ocean. So let's go ahead and stop here. We just got a whole bunch of information about these whales, and let's stop and jot down some questions that we might have before we read on. So stop and jot. All right, the right whale was once very common in the North Atlantic Ocean. It was given its name by early whalers who regarded it as the right whale to catch because it swam slowly, had lots of baleen and blubber, and floated when dead. So many right whales were killed that they are now quite rare. Right whales may reach more than 50 feet and weigh more than 70 tons. They have large flippers and a long lower lip that covers and protects their baleen plates. Each right whale has its own pattern of strange bumps along its head called calicites. Scientists sometimes identify individual whales by the patterns of their calicites.